Hey, guys. This is Cassie B. Shine, also known as It's a Beautiful Day Cutie. I wanted to come on here today because I could not let this day go by without paying homage to my dear sister, Cheryl Anise Bethea. Today is her date that she passed away from domestic violence um, on 8/25, 2014. So it has been 8 years, and eight is a representation of shifter and shaper, as well as infinite. So um, I just wanted to come on here and just talk about how much her death changed my life. She is now an ancestor of mine. She has really awakened me in my spirit. She has guided me in my spirit, and she has been a great impact to the things that I have accomplished with Sound the Silence and Domestic Violence. She really took me on a journey um, dealing with her death. Um, Initially, when I got the news or found out that she was killed, um, her death was really, really hard to accept initially. So this journey has been really um, a mountain to climb. And when I say it's been a mountain to climb, it has been a mountain to climb. It has really, it really tested my faith initially. I questioned God as to how could something like this possibly happen, because it was such a to lose your loved one is hard enough, but to lose your loved one and unexpectedly, into a very vicious crime, because she was stabbed over 30 something times. So she died instantaneously. Um, she died instantaneously at the scene. So just accepting that was really hard, given my family history and everything. But I just want to pay homage to her because she has really contributed to my spiritual growth. And she has really changed my life for the better. I no longer grieve um, her death. Um, what has helped me along the way is creating a organization that was established in her name. It was Sound the Silence and Domestic Violence in remembrance of Cheryl Anise Bethea. Also, I wrote a book, and it's called Her Voice Beyond the Grave. A sister's cry to sound the silence in domestic violence. And let me tell you, once I wrote this book really helped me do a lot of shadow work. But before then, I was going through the dark night of the soul. But this book really helped me do a lot of shadow work because a lot of things that affected Cheryl, far as family history, it affected me. So this book really helped me. And you have to, it's in those dark times, because I was in a cave for a little while. And it's in those dark times that bring you to the light. And her death really, I really have to thank her, because it's like she was freed, but it helped free me. And I know that my sister is with me, and I know that she guides me. And I have really transitioned spiritually, because things that used to affect me emotionally no longer affect me. I've been able to tap in. I've been able to tap in and find my strength, know who I am. I have no doubt that I am a spiritual warrior. Her death helped me to start to identify who I was, know who you are. And I know who I am now. There is no argument. No one can come and try to tell me who I am. And I accept that, because I know within myself who I am. So those are the type of things that her death contributed in my life. And we have exited the Pisces age, which was the age of believing, into the age of knowledge. I don't only want to possess knowledge, I want to have wisdom with the knowledge, because we all can just have knowledge. But I want to have wisdom with the knowledge to help spread this knowledge of understanding or understanding or overstanding, where people can make that transformation within. I have learned so much on this 8-year journey. And it wasn't from anything from outside of myself. And I did a video earlier where I said, when my sister died, I questioned God. And growing up in an environment, I grew up in an apostolic Christian environment, where you didn't question God. So once I started questioning God, all the answers started to unfold. Not all at one time, because there is layers and layers to this journey. But it started to align my spirit with other like spirits, that began to reveal the answers that I was asking, or eternally. No one had to tell me. It just was within me. The answers were in me as well. So I just come on here to pay homage to her. No sadness, no grief. Because I know that it's something bigger. It's something bigger. We have to deal. We all come into this world, and we're going to all die. Unfortunately, sometimes we may die before our time or have untimely deaths. But we do make contracts before we get here. And we all here to serve some type of purpose. We in this third dimensional realm. This is a school. This is to learn a lesson. And sometimes we are recycled, and we have lived many lives. Hold on for 1 second. Sorry about that. We have lived many lives, some of us, because we keep recycling back to this dimension because we did not get our lesson. Sometimes it's because when we get here, we forget about the contract while we came here. And I now know my earlier years. I was born into a family that was very dysfunctional far as my parents. They were irresponsible. A lot of things went on. I can't say my parents didn't love me because I know they did, but in their dysfunction, I end up feeling abandonment, feeling like I wasn't loved, feeling just a whole bunch of things. And I know this is what my sister went through, and that is some of the things I wrote about in the family section of this book. And those are some of the things that brought Cheryl to her destination of trying to find love. And sometime as we're on this journey, we have to start dealing with those issues of the heart, the matters of the heart. Those types of things, to get on that spiritual journey. We are human beings we are spiritual beings, We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And that saying just resonates so clear to me now, because that's what we are here. We are all here as spiritual beings. This body is just a cover for our spirit. We are so much more than this body. And I clearly understand that now. And we're here to learn a lesson. This is a school. We're here to enlighten each other. If we know something, to enlighten each other, or some of us are light beings, here to help humanity conquer, or not, I wouldn't say conquer this dimension. That's a lack of better words. Overcome this dimension so you can ascend to the next dimension. But there is a lot of souls being recycled back into this dimension, and that is why we continue to be on this wheel, this karmatic wheel, just going around and round. And you're not breaking the curses in your bloodline. It also, in this dimension, it's a matrix. It's an illusion. All these systems are not real. They are here for division. And when I say systems, I mean like political systems. You got the Republicans and Democrats. You got all this division, black and white. You got the medical system. You got the religion system. And inside the religion systems is all these different classifications: Baptist, holiness, apostolic, Pentecostal. All these things are here to divide, confusion, chaos. So the powers that, I'm not going to say be the powers that was, so they could conquer and divide. But you got to start. I'm not going to say you got to start. What I started doing was I started looking at this matrix, decoding this matrix. Also, when you go through the dark night of the soul, it begins to reveal to you, like, oh my God, it's like the blinders fall off. It's like, oh my God, you start seeing, oh, that's not real. Oh, this is really an illusion. And so that's what happened to me in so many situations with my job. Even these last 2 years, it's been a big, you start to see the manipulation, you start to see the lies. And one thing I wanted to make sure was I didn't get caught up in the lies. Because sometimes the lies can be your demise. So you just have to start seeing through the illusion. And that's what Cheryl's death did for me, because it took me in the dark night of the soul. So don't always look at your darkness as something bad, because your darkness is working on you to bring you to the light. And my heart has been so grieved for the past 2 years for what's been going on with humanity itself. And also my melanated people, because we have shifted into a new world. Things will never be the same as they were. We are in a new world. So our mindset, we're going to have to take a paradigm shift, because if we don't take that paradigm shift mentally, then we can become casualties unknowingly. We can become casualties unknowingly. And unfortunately, in the past 2 years, there has been people, our loved ones, that has become casualties because they didn't know, or they felt like they were doing what was right in the eyes of the so-called powers that be, or was. So we are in the age of Aquarius. So I pray that we get wisdom with our knowledge. We get the knowledge and the wisdom to look out for humanity, not mankind, because mankind and humanity is totally different. Humanity. Being mindful of the value of our DNA. So you probably like, what's that got to do with Cheryl's death? It has a lot to do with Cheryl's death, because she opened my eyes. She awakened my spirit. She made me realize I was walking dead, in ignorance. It's so important to, sometimes when our loved ones die, we just think they're died, but they are with us. They are guiding us, and you have to tune in and pay attention to the messages that they're sending you. You know, we have a spiritual team. So tap into that spiritual team. Tap into that spiritual team, tap into nature, tap into the creator. Tap into the creator. But just be mindful of the creator, because some of the things that we believe that we're praying to, this thing that's in the matrix, is not for us. That's for them. So sometimes we're praying to the wrong God. And this message may not be for you, but be mindful who you are tapping into and praying to. Because sometimes we're wondering in this matrix, especially melanated people as a collective, why are we keep going through the same thing? It's karmatic. The same thing, this black and white issue. Why our people are being killed. It's because we do not understand the setup of the matrix. We have to start decoding the matrix to understand why things happen. And we are on our last Yaru, or Haru, or whatever you want to call it, to get it together collectively as melanated people. So we can understand and we can rectify for the next generation, because the children are the next generation. They have been built for this time that's coming. But we have to make sure that we are guiding them not necessarily guiding them, but protecting them from the powers that was, because they're after our children. They're after our children. So it's important to have a discerning spirit, to understand what's going on. We cannot afford to walk in naiveness. Ignorance is not bliss anymore. We are in a new world, and things have changed. So your mindset, your paradigm has to change, or you will or could be a victim for just not knowing. So that's my spiritual warrior in me that is just wanting to share a little insight of what my spirit team, my spirit guides, my sister, my ancestors shares with me. So get out in nature, connect with nature, understand that Mother Nature is a very big part of our lives. Take care of the planet. But don't worry, Mother Nature, she's rectifying, she's bringing back balance to the planet because it's way out of balance. So within my final thoughts, just know that you were built for this time. Keep the faith. Get the knowledge with wisdom. Study. Know that chaos is coming. Chaos has been here, and more chaos is coming. But know that you can endure. Know that you were built for this. Know that you are a spiritual warrior. Know that you can get through this. It's time to unify. So that's about all I wanted to come on here and talk about, and just pay homage to my sister. She is been so impactful in my spiritual awakening and journey, and I am so grateful for that. So you guys, you can do this. We can get through this journey that we're on. And just know, when you're going through some dark times in your life, just know that you are that's that pressure to turn you into a diamond. So just know that you are a diamond, baby, in the rough. Have a great day, and happy homage to my sister Cheryl, Anise, Bethea. I love her.